I was wrong in doing what I did.
No, no, no! Are you listening?
Hang on, I can't even catch my breath. Hang on.
Sean here, and today we talk about Lorne versus commitment. He doesn't even know what it means. He doesn't know that there are levels. He just goes to full 100% commitment. And I think in Lorne's head, I know you don't understand it, but I do. In his head, commitment is, I am going to try to have a relationship with this person no matter how they treat me, no matter what they say, no matter what their actions are. I am committed to this person. We are going to make it work. Lorne makes commitments like New Year's resolutions. People who think they know what they want instead of what they need. And Lorne thinks he wants one of these catfish women, but he doesn't need them, but he doesn't understand it. So when he makes a commitment, it's that this year, I'm finally going to lose that weight. I'm not going to eat any sugar at all. I'm not going to have any sodas ever. I'm not going to have one alcoholic beverage. And then a month later, well, I failed, so I better come off that. That kind of thinking is a killer. And when you're weak-minded like Lorne, when you're willing to give up at the first sign of adversity, you've got a problem. He gets defeated easily. And I also want to say that Lorne is the definition of beta male. I'm going to tell you one of the most common behaviors of what Joran would consider a beta. The betas are going to take whatever the alpha does. But the way the betas can make themselves feel powerful, the way they can make themselves feel in control, is what Lorne did last night in the Natalie calls in Slash's stream. Ramona, she had every kind of sex with the doctor. We're talking any kind of sex you can imagine. Every position, reverse, sideways, pile driver, it doesn't matter, they had it. And what does Lorne do? Instead of moving on, because we know he has no prospects, and this is when I think he's the most pathetic human being on the planet, who has no respect for himself. He doesn't have any respect for others, so why should I think he'd have any respect for himself? This guy, instead of saying, you know what, she cheated on me in the worst ways possible, I'm going to move on. He did the old beta, you just wait till I talk to her. Because in his head, I'm in control now. You watch me, I'm going to show that alpha. You could try to say that Lorne is a people pleaser, but he is not. He's not a people pleaser because he doesn't do things that please other people. He does not comply. He chose to be a vegan because he thought that made him special. Because he thought, Ramona's going to love me if I switch. She's going to love me. My mama love you if I switch to vegan. A big fat pedneck switching to vegan who remained big and fat. There's a problem there, Lorne. We know you can't stick to anything that you've said you were going to. You can't even stick to a commitment to a woman. The first sign that there's a chance that you may actually get laid for the first time in your life, you're going to abandon that woman and you're going to go on to the next one. Michelle Simpson is a great example. Ramona, God, I love you. I don't know what I'd do without you. I don't think I could do it without you. And then Michelle Simpson calls. God, I love you, Michelle. Let's have sex. What sex, Lorne? I'm going to touch your multiple clits and your labias and flavias and your jabias. I know sex. I know orgasm means a woman flopping around like a dead fish. He will just drop trowel at the first sign of a vagina. And I think with Lorne, that might be why he doesn't understand what commitment is, because it's what he wants, not what he needs. His definition of commitment, like I said, is putting up with whatever someone else does, no matter what, and staying with them. Ramona was doing that. She was tolerating everything this asshole did, everything he said, but he didn't even spot it. Now, granted, she's a catfish, but in Lorne's eyes, she was real. Even after she said, hey, Lorne, I'm 100% a catfish, and I am banging my boyfriend every single night. Well, do you love me? And the reason is, yes, he's a cuck and a beta. You're welcome, Joran. The reason is, it's what he wants, not what he needs. And as long as he wants something, he's going to go after it. That New Year's resolution. He will never understand there are different levels of commitment, which is why with Casey, they're not even together. They haven't even seen each other in person, and he's telling her, you shouldn't be letting your friends spend the night. It's not appropriate. That entire infuriating call where he, at the very end, goes, yeah, like Casey finally understood his Einstein Newton level genius, where he's like, yeah, you finally got it. You can take an Uber. If I'm dating somebody, if I just go on a date with somebody, now to me, there's no commitment whatsoever, no strings. We're just out there seeing how we are. We go on a second date, there is no commitment. Third date, there is no commitment. Fourth date, no commitment. It's a mutual thing. I'm not going to commit to something unless I know that something is going to be there that I'm going to commit to. Lorne doesn't care. It's what he wants to be there. Well, I want them to be there, so I'm going to commit 100%, and I expect them to be there exactly where I want them. I've never seen a guy, I could just finish that sentence, like Lorne. I've never seen a guy like Lorne. I've never seen a guy who believes because he likes somebody that their actions, their behaviors, everything should stop that he doesn't like. We've talked about that before. Hell, you guys talk about that all the time. His relationships start when he wants them to, and they only end when he wants them to. Look at what it took for him to leave Winnie to go to Debbie. Look at what it took. Everything that she did to terrorize him. I mean, he terrorized her realistically too. I mean, he did it genuinely. She was doing it as a catfish, but I still think at some points Emma came through. She was just done with this guy and wanted to make him suffer. I look at it like this. Lorne is a store and you are a customer. And you want to come in and you want to browse around. And suddenly the manager comes up to you, Lorne, and says, well, you're here, you're going to buy stuff, right? No, I hadn't planned on it. I was just kind of looking around. I don't really know what I need. Well, you're in the store, so you should buy something. I mean, that's my stuff right there. You should buy something because you're here. I wonder if he feels like that when people show up to the human centipede yard sale or whatever that image was that I think Raptor Bacon put out. The Green Mile yard sale, as I've heard it called. I think he believes that people who show up and pick something up, they should buy it. I talk about Darkside Phil. See, he's slightly different. He believes if he plays a game that his viewers want, they have to tip him. They should give him money. They're the ones who made him play the game. Why aren't you giving me money? Not understanding that they are just viewers. They are not customers. They are viewers. People who took the time out of their day, out of their busy schedules, to watch him play a game so poorly and make it very boring. But he still wants money, demands it. He would be the guy in the store where you would buy something. See, he's slightly different. You would buy something, and he would come up as you were getting ready to leave the store, and as he does every day, reviews how much money his viewers have spent, and that he really needs them to spend more money. He's got some bills coming up that miraculously coincides with WWE Champion specials, his addiction. But Lorne, he would just expect you to buy something. He wouldn't care, honestly, he wouldn't care how much you bought. He would expect you to purchase something. He would expect you to commit to his store, to his merchandise. Another level of commitment is when you've dated and you guys think, wow, we have a connection. You know, I might date other people, but I'm kind of digging dating this person. So you date them, maybe exclusively, but you don't put all your eggs in the basket. You just kind of go with the flow. There is no going with the flow with Lorne. I think Casey said you need to just chill out and just go along for the ride. He doesn't understand what that means. To Lorne, the ride is the fastest roller coaster in the world. There is no getting off. It never stops. You don't get to ride like the Beastie instead of the Beast at Kings Island. The Beastie is a good roller coaster. It's fun, and it's something that won't give you whiplash. And you can ride it again and again and again, and you won't feel nauseous. But if you get on the Beast and you happen to sit near the end, not at the end, but near the end. You get whipped all over the place, your head snapping back and forth. If you need a chiropractic adjustment, you're getting it. I think it's like the Raven at Holiday World. That's a commitment. You have to be prepared, because just like in a relationship, you can be hurt, you can feel sick, you can feel bad after riding it if you're equating it to those fast roller coasters. That's why Lorne is always hurt, he's always angry, because he just can't get on the rides that both of you can enjoy. What if she doesn't like roller coasters, Lorne? I know this may not work for everybody, but the analogy works for me. Metaphor, analogy, / whatever. What if she doesn't like those fast roller coasters? What if she just wants to take the slower ones because she has fun and it's making her happy? It doesn't matter. You being happy and it not being because it's solely based on his actions. If you're happy and it's not because of him, that's a threat. You're not allowed to do that anymore. You're not allowed to be happy because somebody else is making you happy or something else is making you happy. It's got to be because of him. So that level of commitment where you're willing to give it a try, but you're not fully committed to it, that doesn't exist in Lorne's world. Another level of commitment, now this is finality. This is the level of commitment where you are exclusively dating somebody. You haven't moved in, but you're exclusively dating someone. We've all been there. We've all found somebody we really, really like, and we're willing to concentrate on them, please. We're willing to focus on them. Think about Caleb. Think about what he tried to do to her after a couple days. Focus completely on me, because he was afraid another balding, fat, 30-something-year-old was going to come along and take her away. If he wasn't so insecure and he wasn't able to see his faults, to know he's inadequate, because he knows. He's able to put up a wall, though, and that bravado and that fake tough guy persona. If he didn't know that he was inadequate, he might be okay. If he wasn't inadequate, the whole Casey thing, Lorne would have a life. Women like to know that you're out doing things. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you're dating somebody and you can't get a hold of them because they're out doing their favorite activity, when they call you, you're just like, oh man, yay, I got to talk to them. But as I said before, Lorne the Time Police, I texted you 6 hours and 34 minutes ago, and you didn't text me back until this time. What were you doing? Because he doesn't understand that people have lives, and I mean that sincerely. It makes me happy when my partner has a passion. When they have something they really enjoy, when they are willing to sacrifice time with me to go make themselves happy. What idiot would want an unhappy woman? A woman that you're not even exclusively dating. You want her to be miserable and trapped. You want her to sit at home. She should get a stupid fucking Bluetooth just like you, slap it on her ear, let it graft into her skin, and just wait until you text. I think he thinks a relationship and commitment is sitting around getting giddy whenever a text message or a call comes through from him. I truly believe that. Whenever he starts out, you guys remember, he's like, hi. Like he's really excited. Hi. Not knowing if you're on the other end of the phone and you're a real woman, that's going to end very quickly. This is a douchebag who, while you're talking to him, will go, why do you sound frustrated? Why do you sound off? Why do you not sound like yourself? That's Lorne. He cannot fathom, he cannot understand why you are not excited to talk to him, why talking to him isn't the highlight of your day. He's been sitting around doing nothing, waiting for you to call. That's his commitment. That's his obsession. He does nothing. He has nothing. I mean, if he had a life, if he really was going around and swap meets were his life and he was buying and selling and trading, and maybe he didn't have all of his time to wait around, I think Lorne would be happier. I think women, maybe not all women, but some women, a woman who was willing to accept the fact that he's a psycho, the fact that he has a sex offender charge, the fact that he's on probation and parole, that he couldn't go out and have a beer with him. But I think if a woman was there And she said, hey, Lorne, let's go out to a bar. I can't. Come on, man, let's just go. Okay. I risked imprisonment for you. I risked going back to jail, ruining my life even further for you. Because he couldn't understand that if he went back to prison, that would be the end of their relationship. The final level of commitment, and it can just lump marriage in there. Because if you're living together, marriage is just this really expensive thing that might put you in debt or take away your life savings just to put a ring on somebody's hand. Who is it for? Most guys would say they would rather have a small ceremony with close friends. They wouldn't want to spend $1,000 on the cake, on the dress, renting tuxedos. Not all guys, because they know it's important to the woman, or at least some women. My ex-wife and I, we put together a very nice wedding, but we did it on a budget, which you would have never known, because we used a lot of shortcuts. We had a lot of fun. Our pictures, and this was really fun, we had disposable cameras on the table, and people were taking pictures. So when we got those pictures, we had some professional pictures done. It was a wedding gift. But we had those as our pictures, and it was so fun because you never knew what somebody was taking pictures of. Now, granted, there were no crotch shots and no junk shots, but there were a lot of funny poses. It was great. We had a camera set out, a video camera. They were recording, hey, I just want to say good luck, you guys. Don't forget to do this. It was really fun. The point is, you're already living together. You're just putting a ring on your finger. That's the difference. That's where Lorne goes to straight away. I truly believe he sees having a phone relationship as practically living together. You're connected as much as possible. When he was dating Ramona, as he thought he was, even though Ramona said, I never said I was your girlfriend. I was trying to help you. But in Lorne said, they were on the phone 8 hours. He wanted to have her at work, and he was on mute, and he was just walking around listening. And he thought that was quality time. He's so dumb. He's so desperate. That plays into what he thinks commitment is. Commitment to him is also knowing exactly what you're doing every moment of the day, every second, who you're talking to, what you're saying. We all know this, but it's dangerous. When you've got a guy who thinks that once you pair up, once you join, you know everything about everyone, because he truly believes that you share every second with the person. He doesn't understand that that's scary, that giving up who you are is not commitment. You don't give up who you are, what you love, where you want to go, just because of some asshole. What a hellish life it would be. What a disaster. How would you even have time for your family? He would be with you at all times. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I don't know if some of you are stuck in a relationship where the other person wants you to give up your identity, but if that's the case, you need to move on. It is not worth it. Never let somebody steal your joy, because once they have it, they will not give it back. Once they've figured out how to take it, they will keep taking it. Don't lose who you are. Don't lose your identity. And if you have a partner who has no identity, whose only identity is your girlfriend or your boyfriend, girlfriend, you should probably run the other way, because they become a part of you, and that's not something I ever want. I don't want someone who's sewn to my hip. I want them to be able to have friends and to have hobbies. So that's what I'm searching for. I'm not sure what you guys are searching for, but I know it's not a Lorne Armstrong type person. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.
Why?